Hello everyone, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Brian, and I am the newest member of the High Stakes team. Now I'd like to commence this video with a request for those interested in receiving more premium betting tips and predictions. If our guidance has contributed to your success in winning bets and generating revenue, we kindly seek your support in revitalizing this channel. Your assistance plays a crucial role in bolstering our presence on YouTube. You're welcome to explore our Patreon support tier or check out our various plans. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you seeking our premium picks. For my best picks for today, we have Pittsburgh Pirates vs Cincinnati Reds. Go with Pittsburgh Pirates money line. There's no denying that the Pirates are moving in the right direction as a franchise. They have a couple of solidified top-of-the-rotation arms in Paul Skeens and Jared Jones. However, they lack some depth in the rotation and their offense could use some more production. But what do you expect when you have the second lowest payroll in the league, $85.5 million? With that being said, the Pirates find themselves at 37-40 entering the new week, sitting 7.5 games off the Brewers' first-place pace. They're just 1.5 games out of the wild card. In terms of recent form, Pittsburgh just lost 2 out of 3 against Tampa Bay L103, W43, L31. Colin Holderman took the loss in relief in Sunday's 3-1 defeat, allowing 2 earned runs over 1.0 inning. Offensively, the lone run came off a Brian Reynolds home run in the fourth. Bailey Falter gets the nod in the series opener, and this will be the 27-year-old's 15th start of the 2024 campaign. The left-hander has been a serviceable option for the Pirates, entering this game at 3-5 with a 3.74 ERA 52nd and 1.12 WHIP 28th. Falter just faced the Reds this past Tuesday, limiting them to 2 earned runs on 7 hits and 2 walks over 7.0 innings. Unfortunately, he took a loss in a 2-1 defeat. This should be a thrilling divisional matchup to kick off the new week in the MLB. And the odds makers agree, as this game is basically priced as a pick-em pit, -105, sin -108. While both teams have been a little underwhelming this year, I still think it's safe to say that the Pirates have been the more consistent team. I'm going to ride with them on the money line at -105. The main reason I like the Pirates is because I believe they have the advantage in terms of starting pitching. Bailey Falter just faced the Reds last week, limiting them to just 2 earned runs over 7.0 innings of work. Cincinnati's offense has been in rough shape over their current 2-6 run, averaging only 2.5 runs per game. I think there's a good chance that Falter carves them up again in this spot. I'll back the Pirates in this one. For our second best bet, we also have Pittsburgh Pirates vs Cincinnati Reds, under 9.5 runs. Cincinnati had high expectations entering the 2024 campaign, but there was also a high variance level considering they have so many young players on their roster. Things haven't gone exactly as planned, as the Reds are just 36-41, sitting in the cellar of the NL, Central 8.5 GB. They've lost 6 of their last 8 games, including losing 2 of 3 against the Red Sox W52, L43, L74 this past weekend. Just to make the postseason, the Reds are currently priced at 340 -425 to miss. Circling back on Sunday's 7-4 loss to Boston, Nick Lodolo was the one ultimately stuck with the losing decision. He gave up 3 earned runs over 4.2 innings pitched. Cincinnati racked up 10 hits in the losing effort, and Stuart Fairchild led the way at 2-4 with an RBI. Carson Spires also pitched in last week's series against the Pirates, and it was his first start 6th appearance of the year. The right-hander looked okay, allowing 4 earned runs over 6.0 innings. Spires was saddled with the loss in a game the Reds lost 4-1. He's still 0-0 on the season, bringing in a 3.20 ERA and 1.22 WHIP over 25.1 innings of work. Both of these starters pitched in last week's series, each turning in decent starts. Falter tossed 7.0 innings, allowing 2 earned runs in a 2-1 loss. Carson Spires threw 6.0 innings, giving up 4 earned runs in a 4-1 defeat. The combined scores of those games failed to clear the threshold that the sportsbooks have set in this one, so I'm going to play the under. Neither of these offenses has been in very good form recently. Over the last 15 days, the Pirates are ranked 29th in team batting average .2100 and 28th in OPS .625, while the Reds are 28th .218 and 25th .640 in those respective categories. I know Great American Ballpark is a hitter-friendly stadium, but I just can't see this one getting to 10 runs. We have to take the under in a matchup featuring these 2 lousy offenses. For my third best pick for today, I have Cleveland Guardians vs Baltimore Orioles, Baltimore to win. After years of struggle, the Baltimore Orioles have turned things around recently, playing a very competitive rivalry against these Guardians, with the head-to-head record coming in at 3-3 in their 6 meetings dating back to the 2023 campaign. None of those matchups featured either of Monday's predicted starters, and while Cleveland come into this one off a weekend sweep, the Orioles have been untouchable at home, winning 7 straight series dating back to April, and they'll start this one off the exact same way. For my 4th best pick, I have Texas Rangers vs Milwaukee Brewers under 8 runs. Heading into Sunday, the Rangers were on a 3-game win streak after losing 5 in a row. Through 76 games, the offense had accounted for 325 runs, an average of 4.28 runs per game, 17th overall. Texas batters /237/.307/.371 and had 184 extra base hits and 40 stolen bases. They had also struck out 579 times while drawing 240 walks. In a 6-0 win on Saturday, Josh Smith connected for his 6th home run of the season. The third baseman is hitting .304 this season, the 4th best mark in the L. Smith also has 30 RBIs and 36 runs scored in 72 games played. The Texas pitching staff went into Saturday sitting 8th in the American League with a 4.06 team ERA over 76 games. Their starters were 21-27 with a 3.77 ERA and a 1.22 WHIP. Overall, the staff recorded 656 strikeouts and walked 274 batters. Lorenzen went 6 innings in his last start, but did not earn a decision after allowing 3 runs, 4 hits, and a walk. Over 4 starts in June, the right-hander is 2-0 with a 2.28 ERA, holding opponents to a .227 batting average. Lorenzen has faced the Brewers 35 times in his career, only 5 of them starts, and he is 1-4 with a 5.60 ERA against them. The Brewers were trying to avoid being swept out of San Diego and were on a 3-game losing streak heading into Sunday. They were 3rd in the NL with 370 runs scored in 77 games, and their 4.81 runs per game average ranked 6th overall. Milwaukee bats /.253/.330/.398 with 209 extra base hits and 105 stolen bases, 2nd most in the league. They were also 2nd with 284 walks, and they had struck out 681 times. Bryce Turang did all he could to set the table atop the lineup in Saturday's loss, going 3 for 4 with a grand slam. The third baseman had a .294 batting average over 73 games, ranking him 9th in the NL. Turang's 26 stolen bases lead the team and are 2nd in the league. On the pitching end, Milwaukee's staff entered Sunday with a 3.81 team ERA, which was 5th best in the National League. The starting rotation was 17-21 with a 4.24 ERA and 1.31 WHIP, and the staff overall had 604 strikeouts to their credit, while walking 237 batters. Peralta had an excellent outing in his last start, picking up his 5th win after allowing just 3 hits and 2 walks over 6 innings. He struck out 8 batters in that game, and his 106 Kansas this season ranks 5th in the NL. Peralta is 1-0 with a 2.84 ERA in 2 career appearances versus the Rangers, with 11 strikeouts over 6.1 innings. When they met last season, these two combined for 10.7 runs per game, though the over went 2-1 in those meetings. This season, there have been 77 games between the two teams that have hit the under. The Milwaukee offense is in the top 10 in the game in terms of scoring, but in their last homestand, they averaged 3.5 runs per game. Texas is a bottom-half offense in the league, and they have scored 3 runs or less in 8 of their last 14 games. Pitching is fairly strong on both sides, and this is a decent enough pitching matchup that I feel confident runs will be at a premium in this game. The under is 4-1 in the last 5 games between these two. For my 6th best pick for today, I have Washington Nationals vs San Diego Padres. San Diego Padres minus 1.5 runs. The San Diego Padres are the overall better team in this matchup and should be able to beat up Patrick Corbin. The ability to keep the running game at bay is critical, as the Padres are tied with the Boston Red Sox for 11th with a .758 stolen base percentage against, while the Nats are 22nd with a .813 opposing stealing percentage so far. In the last 7 games for these pitchers, they are on 2 completely different levels, as Patrick Corbin is 0-4 with a 5.26 ERA and a 1.40 WHIP, while Matt Waldron is an outstanding 4-1 with a 1.64 ERA and a 0.91 WHIP in that stretch. All in all, expect the Padres to hit and win this game by multiple runs.